Hi, I'd like to voice for myself.
Hello. Hi, my name is Traci Eisen. I've been a sign language interpreter for 20 years, and I'm now the president of the Maryland and DC chapter of the National Interpreter Certifying Body of the Registry of Interpreters for the Deaf, called the Potomac Chapter, PCRID. I'm also a CODA, which is a child of a deaf adult, and I can hear. My father is a deaf person and a leader who stood for the rights of religious freedom for deaf people all over the world for the last 50 years. I'm committed that every deaf person's voice is heard and that deaf people live empowered lives. Why empower the deaf people? What do they have to say that hearing people would want to hear? Growing up in the deaf community and now interpreting professionally for deaf people for the last 20 years, I'm here to tell you firsthand from my experience that the majority of hearing society is missing out on what deaf people have to contribute. I believe it will be a deaf person who finds the cure for cancer and the solution for resolving world hunger. The most intelligent people I've ever met in the world have been here in DC, and they have been deaf and hard of hearing people. Establishing an Office of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, led by deaf and hard of hearing people, is where DC can begin. Discover what deaf people have to contribute. Thank you.
Thank you all very much for your testimony today. We've heard at least a couple of times this morning and afternoon the need for licensure as it relates to individuals who provide sign language services. And so that is something that this committee will begin to look at. It would likely have to be a separate piece of legislation. And so we will certainly reach out to your organization on how best to prepare for something like that. So the committee will certainly be in touch. And thank you for your input this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.